Brett Turner was great again on the weekend. How important has he been since he joined the mid-year?
Yeah, Brett's been really good. We brought him into the squad, into the AFL squad, because we generally believe he can be an AFL player in the future. And he started reasonably slowly with us, but he did come off a long injury, and the last couple of games has really proven why he's come to our footy club, and he is very important to us. He's a big body, he's experienced, he's got that strength and power that we're looking for at AFL level, and he's certainly helping immature midfield as well. So he's been really good.
How's his shoulder got? He sort of looked like he was clutching at it as he came off late.
Yeah, Zach, he's been carrying it for since he's been at the club, so it's just management. He's a pretty big, strong boy, and he puts himself in there, and occasionally he gets knocked around, but he's 100% fine.
Your learnings from last week, there wasn't much in it. You were within half a goal late in the last quarter. What did you make of the game?
Yeah, it was a good game of footy, I thought. I think from a spectator's point of view, I was a little frustrated with us, the way we played. I didn't think that we played the brand of footy or the little things we've done throughout the year. I didn't feel we did that well, so we had a lot of players down, but so we learnt a lot, and to be back here again, albeit a bit disappointing that we're not playing straight into a grand final. It's still exciting to be playing any final, and there's a lot of buzz around the club, and we had a training last night, and there's we're just happy, and we know it's a privilege to be playing finals. It's exciting.
So you're saying you weren't near your best, but you've nearly beaten the minor premier on a week's break, so you take confidence out of that clearly?
Yeah, we do. It means not too much for this weekend, but if we're able to play in a couple of weeks, it certainly gives us a lot of confidence, because we, I think right across the board, if you look statistically, we weren't at the level that we need to be at. So we've had a good look at that last night, and the players recognise it, and they know the areas we're going to improve.
So what main areas are you talking about?
There's a number of them, to be honest, but I just thought that our ability to move off the ball, like we didn't run, we sort of got a bit of stage fright, I think. So there was a bit of that, and there's some other detail that I wouldn't go into, but I think individuals, you look at it, most of our side was down. We had 3 or 4 good contributors, but the rest of the side were down on their normal performances.
When you say stage fright, there's still quite a few experienced players in your team. You're talking more about the younger AFL listed players than the SANFL.
Yeah, there's a bit of that. Yeah, the less experienced players. We had a great meeting last night around it, and the learnings that they've had in the last couple of weeks. He's going to set them up beautifully for this week and hopefully beyond, and certainly in the future. So, to play against guys like Wiggy and Youngie and Maury and those fellas that have been around and done it, they taught us a bit of a lesson, and that's a great lesson to learn.
You did beat Nord by 9 goals in the qualifying final 2 weeks ago. That would give you supreme confidence, I guess, this week, or does that mean nothing now?
Yeah, I don't know if it does. It does give you some confidence, but they would have learnt a lot out of it. They won't be happy with that performance, I've no doubt, because we're not happy with our performance on the weekend. So when you come off a loss, you're always got a little edge to you, and I know they had a good win on the weekend, so I don't believe it. Certainly the scoreboard starts at 0 again. Unfortunately, it'd be nice to have that start, but it's always going to be back at 0. And but our players would get confidence out of that Nord game.
You expect a tougher Nord this week though, because Nord didn't play the way they like to play.
Yeah, I think what I mentioned about the way we played against North, I think they probably said the same when they played us. We probably didn't see the Nord that we'd seen the 2 games before, and they recognised that, and which certainly means that they're going to be pretty tough this weekend.
You expecting them to defend the corridor a bit more fiercely compared to the qualifying final as well? Yeah,
defensively they're outstanding. Obviously we were able to get through them on that day, so I'm sure that they won't want that to happen again, and we want it to happen, but I've no doubt they will certainly improve in that area.
Could this potentially be Billy Frampton's last or second to last game for the club?
I wouldn't be drawn into list management. I don't know. We know he's uncontracted, so I guess that'll play out in the coming weeks. But all I can say is Bill's been outstanding for me, outstanding for our group. This weekend will be no different. It's really important to have a player like Billy in our club because and especially right now, he's helping our younger players get through a period, because a few years ago he played in the grand final, so he knows what it's all about. But in terms of list management, that's for the future and for others.
Is he playing for his contract, would you say?
No.
How important is it for him to showcase his ability, though, for attractors that might be out there looking at him at the moment?
I think consistency with Billy this year has been outstanding, and I don't think he needs to do any more this weekend than he's ever done. He's been playing at a very high level, so whatever the future holds, it's not irrelevant to him for this weekend, but he's just going to play for the Adelaide Footy Club and play the best he can.
Mickey, Ben Davis late withdrawal against North, ankle injury I think in training. Is he available this week?
Yeah, playing soccer of all things, but yeah, there's just a rolled ankle which was unfortunate. So we would expect him to play. He was very close last week. We just didn't want to take that risk with him at that point. So yeah, we expect him to play.
No other injury concerns. So all 15 AFL listed players who qualified should be okay.
Yeah, they should be okay. We've still got a main session to get through tomorrow. And the other part of it is, every time of year, this time of year everyone's banged up a bit. So yeah, certainly sore boys, but I'm sure Nord are exactly the same.
Nick, just one question on the dynamic of the group or the club itself. In any workplace, when we get close to Christmas and half the people are on holiday and half the people are still back here working type thing, is that something you're conscious of, that you've discussed? Has it had any influence? Yeah,
it's certainly been something we've had to manage. There's no doubt. You're staffing halves, and the players, obviously AFL players aren't there. I mean, they're still popping in and out when they can. They've been a great support for our program all year, the AFL boys and the AFL staff as well. So, yeah, it's changed the dynamic a little bit in the office during the day, and keeping the players busy is important as well, because we don't train a lot this time of year. So, just keeping them active, keeping them engaged. But yeah, the club's embraced us really well, like the AFL boys, and they're still, the AFL coaches are coming in most days, sharing their knowledge where they can, but they certainly don't want to intrude as well. We've been here all year doing it the way that we do it, and they just want to be there to support us.
So I saw Matthew Nix was here game day 2 weeks ago, but not here last weekend.
Yep.
Is that right?
No, he was here.
He was here both
Yep.
weekends.
Yeah, he just sits. He knows at times I get a little bit vocal in the box, as he does. So he's the opposite now. Like normally I'm the one calming him down, and he's calming me down. So no, he just sits in the corner of the box. He certainly doesn't want to override anything, but he's there to support if required.
How impressed have you been with Luke Pedler?
Yeah, Luke's been really good. He's had an interrupted AFL career, and the last 2 weeks ago he was outstanding. We saw glimpses of that throughout the year. We know what Luke's going to bring in the future. He's a powerful athlete. His body hasn't sort of caught up to him just yet, but it'll get there. And he's a really valuable player, not only this weekend but the future of our club.